What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself, Monster Honeys and Monster Hunters. Check it real quick. You know, we got a nice one right here. Brute Tigrex, okay? Not your standard everyday Tigrex, the brute kind, you know, the kind who's a bit more brutal. Honestly, this monster, this is a damn good monster. Damn good monster. I will admit, this monster was damn good. Right off the jump, I'm gonna say that this guy, he fights a lot like Tigrex. But you guys remember how Tigrex's roar could actually hurt you? Well, he didn't use it as a weapon primarily. It was just a thing, you know what I mean? It was just a thing. Brute Tigrex, he uses it as a weapon, you know what I mean? He'll go in here, he'll roar solely to use it as a means to like hurt you. Not because he's mad or anything like that. Just because he will do it. I mean, it's pretty good. I think I get caught with it once or whatever. But since he does it a lot, you can kind of see it when it's going to happen. So it's not going to be too much of a problem for you to worry about. Like, see, there he is right there. After you see him do it a couple times, he might not hit you with it right off the jump. But once you see, like, how he acts before he does it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see it now. And you'll know not to get hit with it. I mean, it's not the hardest thing to get hit with, and that's the easiest thing to get hit with. It's kind of, well, whatever. You can still see it coming once you fight him a little bit. I pretty much had it down pat to where I knew what was gonna happen if, before he actually did it, and I got hit with it because he kind of, I guess you can say, he buffed it. By buffed it, I mean he doesn't like, oh my god, how do you explain buffing? He took advantage of me being on the ground. So he used that time. He basically punished me with it, so to speak. He took the time in which I was on the ground and he did that whole loop-de-loop dumb thing that I would never ever get hit with, even on my dumbest, stupidest, sorriest days, and then hit me with it as soon as I was able to get hit with anything ever again. It was kind of crazy, but that's what he did with it. This guy, he acts different from normal Tigrex, and with that being said, that's why I really beat him so easily. I mean, I beat Tigrex to a pulp. I made his armor and I made 2 of his weapons. No, I made his armor 1 of his weapons. I could have made 2 of his weapons. I went back on making his lance. I probably should go back and make his lance, to be dead serious. Make more Tigrex stuff, or just upgrade his gun lance, because I really want that Tigrex gun lance down the line. But tips. Let me give you some tips for fighting this guy. If you're fighting him for the first time, like I said, I don't get this. Do I get this? I wonder if I could get this. I don't know. I'm curious now. This is a movie. Do I get it? Do I get it? Oh, that's close. I got it. That was close. But anyway, tips. If you're fighting this guy for the first time, don't be afraid. Don't be worried. Don't be tripping. Don't do nothing. Go in here as if he was normal Tigrex. The only real thing you have to seriously worry about, the difference between him and normal Tigrex, is that, okay? I mean, he does that like 7 million times. You cannot get hit by that. It is the biggest, most telegraphed attack in all of Monster Hunter history. Sure, when he gets pissed off, he gets, he becomes raging and he becomes really quote unquote brutal. But much like the normal Tigrex, you kind of give him space a little bit, and then he'll fall back into that. I mean, I kid you not, I can seriously randomly talk and then always come back to when he's gonna do that, because it's so easy for me to do it because he just does it so many times. Guys, I mean, you don't understand. This monster will do that move maybe like 20 times every fight. It's insane. Okay, so don't get hit by that. Please don't get hit by that. Okay, get hit by it once, maybe twice. Don't consistently get hit by that. That's when you should like worry about yourself. Okay, please don't. Yeah, but this one, fighting this guy, okay, going like you would fight a normal Tigrex. He does have a couple of different little behavioral changes. Nothing too dramatic to where you wouldn't figure out how to accommodate for right off the jump. The Brute Tigrex is one of the, what I like to call, one of the worser subspecies, where you take what you already have of the monster, you take something that about them that's pretty cool, and then that's the only thing you take from them to make them different, and then you make it bad. Okay, who fell into this category last time around? I won't say Sandberry else fell into it last time, but okay, that was actually a pretty useful thing, but I guess I was hating it when I deemed that Sandberry was probably one of the worst. subspecies monsters in the game. It was actually, in all honesty, one of the most creative. But all they really did with Brute Tigrex was change the roar to where he uses it often and as a primary means of attack. So once you really get past that, it's pretty much, you know, the same monster. Okay, so go in here with your standard weapons. I believe he's still weak to the same stuff. So go in here with your thunder, you know, and you should be okay. This is the I forget what this lance is called, but you know, it's an ogre lance. I'm thinking of making another thunder lance because I don't know, like this. Okay, since I gave you the tips, let's talk about stuff now. I was looking at the weapon trees for 4 Ultimate, and I will say, like, I can't cherry pick anymore. Well, not like you can't cherry pick. When you look at it, it's like you need to at least acquire X weapons and then have Y weapons to play with, and there's no need for Z weapons at all. Okay, you feel me? You understand what I'm saying? It's like you need Magala, Kieran, and Fratalis. Okay, that's X. Y weapons that'd be pretty cool. You know, Stygian, you know, Devil Joe, maybe like Tigrex or like somebody else. Y weapons like stuff that belong to the damn shark, Zamitros. That's his name, Zamitros, whatever. Weapons that belong to like shark, snake. No, snake weapons are actually pretty good. One of the few good paralysis weapons. But pretty much, like, if you're not a monster that is the shit category, they don't need you. You don't need the weapons. I mean, I looked at it, I'm like, yo, I'm not like I'm looking at the skill tree right now, not skill tree. I'm gonna look at the weapon tree right now. I'm looking at great swords. Okay, totally right now. I'm doing this as I speak. This is almost live commentary because I'm doing this literally as I'm talking to you. None of this is post. I gave you all the tips I had. Now I have to filter this video with other stuff that you guys seem to like for some reason or another. But okay, Kezu Shock Sword. Okay, I love that weapon. It's pretty dope. It's cool. It has a really cool look. The way that they made it to where it's kind of like a Frankenstein kind of thing. So look at the weapon. It looks like skin has been stitched onto it to make it kind of like feel complete. There's like a battery on the side of it too, kind of like the same that, you know, not like a Telsa bulb, I guess you could say, or whatever, just like stuck on the side of the battery, and on the battery on the side of the blade. It looks pretty cool. I love the way it looks, and I was like, man, that's a really dope looking weapon. But I'm looking at this weapon, I'm checking it out, and at the end of the day, which we talked about this last video, is it is not that dope. It is not that dope. I mean, 1200 attack, 630 thunder, real nice stuff, but it's a rare 9 weapon, which means there's definitely other weapons out there that's gonna be better than it, and at the very minimum there's only a few cuts of purple at the very end of the day with sharpness +1. So I don't know, it's kind of up in the air. It's a dope weapon, but honestly, this is a Y weapon. This is definitely a Y weapon. I mean, no, this is like definitely a Z weapon. It's borderline. This is practically borderline YZ weapon. It's not a weapon you need, that's for damn sure. But another weapon that's similar. That's weird. Check it. Okay, the Rajang. Rajang. His great sword. 1344 attack, 350 thunder, plus 30 affinity. Pretty good purple sharpness at the very end of the day with the sharpness +1. 2 slots, rare 10. Now normally the number rarity doesn't really mean much, but they hooked it up to where, you know, if it's a rare 10, it's a solid freaking butt clapping weapon. All right, seriously, want to look for the rare 10s, and it's nice. I mean, it's better. Doesn't have as much thunder, but it has plus 30 affinity, has more purple, has more attack. So this one is probably a Y. That one's a Y. Now I'll tell you one that's an X in my opinion. One that's an X is the Zinogre one. Maxed out Zinogre Greatsword. 1248 attack, 500 thunder, same purple sharpness as the Rajang, You know, a little bit less attack, a bit more, like 150 more thunder, like 100 less attack. It's a rare 9, but has 3 slots for upgrading. It doesn't have any affinity. That's okay, because when your numbers are that close, the affinity is kind of like a... I don't know. It could be anywhere. I deem that one an X because it's easier to make. There's more slots for it. You can do whatever you want to it. And, you know, more thunder or whatever. So, I don't know. But both of those could probably be about X's, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that there's no need for certain weapons, okay? Certain weapons are going to get overshadowed so hard that you only put them on just to look good or just to, like, be different from someone else. Why I went on this incredibly long tangent for absolutely no reason is beyond me. Oh, I remember I was talking about this lance right here that's practically, in my opinion, is probably going to fade out to existence. I don't even know if I'm going to fix it up all the way. Because my favorite lance from the 3rd generation, well, from definitely 3 Ultimate, was the Stygian Ira. The Stygian Zenogre Dragon Lance. For some reason, it wasn't the best. It didn't have the most attack. It was up there in attack, don't get me wrong. It didn't have the most dragon. I mean, it didn't even have purple sharpness naturally. If you want to seriously put real money down on the paper, we're looking at it being like 3rd fiddle to like a fully upgraded Alatron Lance, because Alatron Lance maxed out comes with purple sharpness. Its attack is, I think, practically the same, if not just a little bit less, and it had way more dragon. You know what I mean? It was definitely pound for pound, and you ain't gotta stack too many pounds on top of it, the better Lance. But for some reason, I just like this. Well, I backed way up. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I backed away from the microphone, but it just had it was just a much better lance. But I don't know what it was. I just like the Stygian Ira, and you really can't. Is it Ira or ear or Ira? I don't know. IRA, just like the NRA without the guns. But anyway, I digress. What I want to finish off saying is that some weapons I'm predicting are going to be completely like not used. Okay, they have super X weapons. Okay, they have super X weapons that overshadow any other typed weapon within its own category. So let's say there's an X fire weapon, and that fire weapon has, like, let's say it's a great sword, 1400 attack, 500 element, plus 20 affinity, and a damn good chunk of purple. There's not a single other fire greatsword you're gonna use in the game. And don't lie, okay? I mean, Dire Morales was close. The only problem Dire Morales had was it had very low attack. And some people would say, you know what, forget it. I would just, because you can't really boost element so much. Boosting attack is a whole lot easier than boosting element. You can only boost element so much, and it's kind of hard to gem in. Where you can gem in like Hone Blade. I'm talking about 3 Ultimate now. Hone Blade, or like attack large, and then I don't know, throw on affinity or something like that. And then, you know, that was a whole lot easier to gem in than like Elemental, which was harder to get the stuff to make the gems for. So if a weapon has pretty damn good, you know, element, you know, but, you know, it has more attack, I'm gonna go for the one with the more attack and the pretty damn good element than the one with the really good element and the not so high attack. Because you can, like, yes, you can be like, oh, but can't you just gem in attack anyway? But my thing is, if you're gonna gem in attack, gem in damn good attack. You know what I mean? It's a weird concept. I mean, like come on, guys. We dance for this all day. It's a tomato kind of concept. At the end of the day, though, guys, there's gonna be weapons. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but there's gonna be weapons no one's ever gonna use ever. And Sergio came in the fight here at the last second, tried to see what was up with me, and almost didn't cause me to get some. No. I'm thinking of a different fight. Sergio's came in on one fight that I was doing and caused me to get any of my cars almost. But I'm gonna end this commentary here saying that don't shy away from the weapons you think are cool. Wear them with pride. Just because you're different don't mean you're weaker. Just have the knowledge knowing that simply because you're using a weapon that no one deems worth a damn doesn't mean it's not worth a damn. It can mean the world to you. I mean, my favorite weapon ain't gonna be worth a damn to me, but I'm probably still gonna make it. Not to be different, just to do it because, you know, I think it's cool. We're gonna be playing this game for years, guys, so don't worry about it. We're gonna get those X weapons. Alright, we're definitely gonna get those X weapons. But in the meantime, take a look at them Y's and them Z's, yo. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Hope you found this one a little bit entertaining, you know, somewhat kind of weird. a little bit of wacky. It's 15-minute, you know, commentary, nothing too long. I could have like done a little bit better job, but hey, this is what we do all day, every day. Shout out to everybody who came through and watched the video and whatnot. And if you want to check me out on the Twitter, not the Twitter, excuse me. It's not like I'm streaming. Oh my God. Speaking of streaming, if you want to check out my stream, I'll put the link in the description. I'll remember to do that. I'm gonna do that like immediately after this video renders, so that way, yeah, you guys can check me out on the stream, because that's where I'm doing all this hot fire at. Anyway, guys, running out of time. It's been your boy. You all take care. See you on the next one. Brachios.